Hey. So we'll get started in just a few minutes. If you have two blocks or two block-like things, maybe books or water bottles or anything like that, now might be a great time to grab it. If not, we don't actually really need it, so it's not that big of a deal. If you are ready to start, we're going to start on our backs today. So we can do that. I can't promise that you won't see any cats today. They're kind of active and out and about. And sometimes I even just sit on my mat without doing anything. Okay, so let's get this started. So if you just joined us, if you have two blocks that you can spare, go ahead and grab them. But if not, we are just going to be on our backs. In any sort of comfortable shape. So you can stay on your back with your knees bent in together and your feet wide apart in a constructive rest. You can extend your feet nice and wide in a traditional Shavasana shape, or you can kind of do whatever with your arms and your legs that feels good for you right now. It doesn't really matter. And once you've gotten all of your wiggles out and you feel like you can close your eyes maybe, go ahead and close your eyes. And we'll start our practice today with 3 cleansing breaths. So exhale all of the air out of your body. And when you're ready to take as big of an inhale as you possibly can, fill your belly up. On your exhale it out of your mouth. And we'll do 2 more like that. So inhale as much air into your belly as you can, and if you can, just take another sip of air. And exhale it out of your mouth. Last one like that. Inhale as much air into your body as you can. Take as many sips of air as you can. And make this your biggest sigh yet. Continue to deepen your breath here. As you do a general check-in of how you're doing tonight. So this has been a week for a lot of us. And because my mind has been racing this whole week, it hasn't really been able to stop. I'm just going to flip my palms on to any part of my body, any point of my body, so that I can ground myself. If you have been on my classes and you're here for the energy, go ahead and flip your palms up towards the sky to invite energy into your body. So if you're not too sure whether or not you want to ground yourself or invite energy in, you can place one hand on your body and you can open one hand to the side. That's another option as well. And as you are here in your Shavasana and you're grounding yourself, can you begin to maybe let go of anything that you don't need that's in your mind? So with every inhale that you take, you can identify something. And with every exhale that you take, you can just kind of let it go, let it pass. Put it somewhere else where you can go back and get it later if you want to. If you're here for the energy and you're not so busy in your mind, you can scan your body. Just using your inhales to identify a body part, an area, and your exhales just to relax. Now this doesn't have to be a still Shavasana, so if you feel like you need to kind of move your neck around, your jaw around, you know, those places where we kind of tighten up and hold tension. Feel free to do so. Just kind of return back to stillness after it. And we're just going to move down our bodies. Sending breath, sending energy, sending love to those places that need it the most. Not forgetting those fingers and those toes, because those are the places that we kind of hold things with the most, especially in our practices, and grip, and you know, just kind of give them a little bit of a wiggle. So taking a few more moments here, doing what you need to do. So you can keep it going here, or if you want to, you can take your time to set an intention for your practice today. Anything that kind of resonates with you in this moment, a word, a short phrase, and quietly repeat it to yourself in your head 3 times. Sealing it with a really big inhale to acknowledge it. And a slow, long exhale out of your mouth to let it go into the universe. Let's give those fingers and those toes a wiggle. Circling your wrists, your ankles, and any other part of your body that feels like it needs a bit of a wiggle and some movement here. And when you're ready, go ahead and point your toes and lift your arms up and overhead and stretch like you would in the morning. Kind of maybe get a yawn out, wiggle what you need to. And then when you're ready to, go ahead and bring your knees into your chest, hands cup your knees. Beginning to circle your knees. So you can circle them closed-legged, or you can circle them apart from each other. It's really up to you, whatever feels good for you. You can even make figure 8s or draw 8s with your knees. Whatever, you know, you like. But once you've done a few on one side, making sure to kind of go the other way as well. And when you've done maybe 3 to 5 of them on each side, that's kind of to a reverse tabletop. So scoot your spine, your whole entire back on the floor. Belly draws in so that you can feel your lower back on the floor. Hands extend out so that, you know, they're nice and straight here. Feet or shins are parallel to the ground here, so we're in a reverse tabletop position. From here, what I want you to do is I want you to let go of your right leg and extend it out, just to hover over the mat. Right hand wraps around your left knee. Left arm reaches up. On your next exhale, can you bring both your right foot and your left arm up? And then exhale it back down, just to hover over the mat. Again, exhale, come on up. Inhale takes you back down. A few more like this to your own breath. So you can point your toe here, or you can flex it, what feels better for you right now. Just making sure that you're going with your own breath. You're moving with your breath. And last one here. And once you've extended one more time, go ahead and open up your knees and rock that out from side to side, or kind of just shake it nice and loose. And when you're ready to, we'll find that reverse tabletop position one more time. So our whole entire spine on the floor, your belly draws in. Let's bring our left hand to cover our right knee, extending your left foot out. Right arm comes out as well. On your next exhale, let's go ahead and bring it, point it all the way up towards the ceiling. And then bring it down. So exhale, we're pointing it up. Inhaling it down. Can you do 3 more of those to your own breath? Waking up the hips and the shoulder joints. Waking up the core. And once you've done your third one, going ahead and bringing your knees into your chest and just wiggling it out however you need to. From here, let's bring our hands behind our thighs and start to kind of roll up with your spine. When you're ready to roll on up into a seat, let's come on up to a seat and find our tabletop position. So in your tabletop position, your shoulders are right over top of your wrists. Your fingers are open nice and wide, feeling the four corners of your palm and all 10 of your fingers. Your knees are right underneath of your hips. On your next inhale, lift your seat up, sink your belly down, wrap your shoulder blades in and look forward. On your exhale, tuck your tailbone under, round your spine, bring your gaze into your belly. So inhale, bring your tail up, your belly sinks down, your shoulder blades wrap in, look forward. And on your exhale, tuck your tail under, round your spine, your gaze comes into your belly. Let's do a few more rounds of cat-cow here. Just moving with your own breath. You can even rock from side to side if that feels okay. You can shake your hips. What feels good for you? And after your next one, let's come back to center. Reset your palms. Cores engaged, you are in a flat back. Let's go ahead and extend your left foot out right behind you. So not too high, not too low. Just kicking it out so it's in line with your glutes. If it feels okay for you, go ahead and walk your right hand up and overhead here. Hold this, if that's enough for you. If not, maybe on your next exhale, you tap your elbow to your knee. And you go ahead and inhale it out. And exhale, tap your elbow to your knee. And inhale it out. Can you do a few more of those to your own breath? Maybe 2 more after this. And then go ahead and set your hand onto the floor. Your knee sits on the mat. And shake it out here. Reset your palms. Reset your core. And let's go ahead and extend your right foot back behind you, kicking out from your heel. If that's okay, your left arm extends out. Hold here if that's what you want to do. And if not, go ahead and exhale. Bring your elbow to your knee. And inhale it out. And exhale your elbow to your knee. And inhale it out. Let's do 3 more like that. To your own breath, your own movement. And when you're ready, go ahead and find that tabletop position once more, shaking it out if you need to. If you have some time here, go ahead and bring the tops of your hands into the mat and maybe begin to circle your wrists one way. Circling your wrists the other way after you've done about 3 to 5. Whatever feels good for you. Finding stillness, maybe making a fist with your hands and releasing it, and making a fist, and releasing. Setting your palms back onto the mat, finding the 4 corners of your palms, finding your 10 fingers. Let's all tuck our toes in and find our downward facing dog. So this might be your first downward facing dog of the day, and if it is, go ahead and find some movement in it. You can pedal out your feet, walking your dog. You can shake your hips from side to side, maybe finding some length in your side body. You can say yes and no very slowly, if that feels okay for you. From here, I'd like you to kind of find that pressing away feeling with your hands. Pressing the earth away from you. Making your spine as long as it possibly can. Finding length in the backs of your legs. Round down into your right hand. Can you release your left arm up off the floor and wrap it around your right shin? If that feels okay for you, maybe you start to bend into your elbows. Just finding a side body stretch here. Maybe a hip stretch. And we're breathing here for 3. for 2. And then find that downward facing dog once more. Releasing your right hand up off the floor. Can you wrap it around your left shin? Beginning to bend at the elbow if this feels okay for you. And breathing into it for a count of 3. For a count of 2. And 1. Finding your downward facing dog once more. Maybe finding stillness in your down dog. So once you've found that length in your spine and your core is engaged and you found that length in the back of your legs, find stillness. What does that feel like right now? Find your breath. And when you're ready to, let's go ahead and bend your knees, look to your hands, and step, walk, or hop forward to the front of your mat. On your inhale, let's come into a flat back, lengthening your spine. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, reach your arms all the way up towards the sky. Exhale, hands come to heart center. Let's come into our sun salutation A. Inhale, reach your arms all the way up towards the sky. On your exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come into your flat back to lengthen. And then bend your knees, plant your palms, step back into your plank. Hold this plank. Press into the mat. We are breathing here. For 3, 2. Option to come onto your knees, elbows turn in as you slowly lower all the way down onto the floor. Bring the tops of your feet to look into the mat. Fingers tent out so they're underneath your elbows. On your inhale, press into the tops of your feet, squeeze your glutes, mini cobra. Exhale, fold. Inhale, mini, maybe a little bigger cobra. And fold. Last one, cobra. Exhale, fold. Tuck your toes under, hands come underneath of your ribs. If you want to, press straight out into a plank or use your knees to press up into a plank and into a downward facing dog. We're going to hold here. And breathe. For 3, slowing down your breath if you need to. For a count of 2. And then go ahead and bend your knees. Look to your hands. Step, walk, or hop forward to the front of your mat. On the inhale, let's come into your flat back to lengthen. Fold on the exhale. Root into your feet as you inhale your arms all the way up towards the sky. And let's immediately exhale, fold forward. Inhale takes you into your flat back, lengthen. And then go ahead and bend your knees, plant your palms, step back into your plank. Elbows look forward as you roll forward onto your toes and lower down any amount, couple inches, halfway, or all the way. When you're ready to inhale, find a back bend. And exhale, hips come up and back. Downward facing dog. So again, we're finding stillness. We're holding here. And we're breathing for 3, 4, 2. Bend your knees. Look to your hands. Step, walk, or hop forward to the front of your mat. Inhale takes you into your flat back to lengthen. Fold on the exhale. Root into your feet as you inhale your arms up towards the sky. Last one, exhale, come on down. Inhale, into your flat back to lengthen. Bend your knees, plant your palms, come back into your plank. Lower down any amount in your chaturanga. Find your back bend on your inhale. And on your exhale, come into your downward facing dog, generating heat into your body. Can you find your breath? For a count of 3. For a count of 2. And then go ahead and bend your knees. Look to your hands. Step, walk, or hop forward to the front of your mat. Finding your flat back on the inhale. Folding forward on the exhale. Inhaling, your arms come all the way up towards the sky. And this time, let's bring our hands to our heart center and down towards our side. So we're finding our feet at that hip distance apart. We're finding the 4 corners of our feet. Take an inhale here. On your exhale, bend your knees, sink your buttocks low to the ground. Find your chair pose. So your spine is nice and straight here. Your core is engaged. Take an inhale. Exhale, maybe lower a little bit. Take an inhale. On your exhale, can you bring your arms back behind you, straightening your legs? And then inhale, find your chair. So we're gonna do that 2 more times. Exhale, arms come back behind you, straighten your legs, your head is heavy. And then come on back up. Last one like that, exhale. Inhale it back up. On your exhale, look down, plant your palms, step back into your plank. Lower down, chaturanga. Finding your back bend on the inhale. And exhaling into your downward facing dog. So on your next inhale, can you bring your right leg up towards the sky? Bend your knee and come forward into a plank as you tap your right knee to your right elbow, your right tricep or armpit. Inhale it back up. And then exhale, tuck your nose to your knee towards your nose. And then bring it back up. Last one, exhale, bring it over to the left. Your right knee taps your right elbow, tricep, armpit, hold. Inhale it up. Let's exhale, bring that foot back out to our right elbow and then set it down onto the floor, right beside, on the outside part of your right hand. Left knee comes onto the floor for a moment. Let's open up our toes to about 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, somewhere around there. Maybe you take your right hand and you press it away, bringing your right shoulder over top of your left shoulder. We're opening it up here and breathing for 3, for 2. Let's go ahead and bring our right hand back onto the floor. Really find the 4 corners and the 10 fingers as you lift your left knee up off the floor if that feels okay. If you're okay here, maybe you walk your hands about a hand's distance forward and exhale with your elbows in. Slowly bring them onto the mat. If this is okay, let's start to circle our hips here. One way. And then circle your hips the other way. And then find stillness. Let go of your head. Breathe. For 3. For 2. From here, head comes up. Right hand comes back to underneath of your shoulder. Left hand comes back to underneath of your shoulder. Maybe you send that right leg back up towards the sky. 3-legged dog. Look forward. Maybe you find a 3-legged plank. Maybe a 3-legged chaturanga. 2-legged back bend. And your downward facing dog. So take an inhale here. And an exhale. And then your left leg reaches up towards the sky. Bend your knee. And tap that knee towards your left elbow, armpit, tricep. Inhale it up. Exhale, knee comes into your nose. Bring it up. And then find a twist. Left knee comes towards your right elbow. Bring it up. Exhale, knee comes back outside of your left elbow. Setting that foot down, right knee comes down. So from here, let's go ahead and plant our right hand. Just again, bringing your left shoulder on top of your right, pressing your left knee away. Finding a bit of an opening, a bit of a twist. For 3, for 2. Setting that left hand down once more. If it's okay for you, lifting that right knee up off the floor, kicking out from your heel. So you're really nice and engaged here. If you can, maybe you walk your hands about a hand's distance forward, slowly bringing those elbows onto the mat. Use your back toes to allow yourself to circle one way, 3 to 5 times, and then the other way. And then when you're ready to, just finding stillness. Keep kicking out through that back heel. Keep pressing it onto your forearms. Breathe. 3, 2. Head comes up. Hands come back underneath of your shoulders. Let's go ahead and lift that left leg up towards the sky, evening those hips out. From here, maybe you find a 3-legged plank, a 3-legged chaturanga, two-legged back bend, and your downward facing dog. Take an inhale here, and an exhale. Taking an inhale, and an exhale. Last one, inhaling here, and exhaling. Bringing your right leg up towards the sky. Bending your knee and sending your foot forward in between your hands. So your hands are outside your foot in a runner's lunge. You're kicking out through your left heel. Your right hip comes back, your left hip comes forward. When you're ready to, go ahead. Bring your arms up and overhead in a high lunge. So you're still scissoring those hips. Your back leg is still nice and tall. On your exhale, bring your arms back as you send your torso forward. Inhale it up. Two more like that. Exhale. Inhale it back up. Last one. Exhale. Hold it here. Can you send your left hand onto the floor? Right shoulder comes on top of the left. Right hand comes up towards the sky. Twisted lunge. Breathe. 3, 2, look down. Set your right hand or fingertips onto the floor. This is where blocks might be nice if you've got them handy. And then on your next exhale, lift your right toes up. Can you send your left heel down towards the ground? Any amount. Your right hip comes back, your left hip comes forward. So we're going to inhale, come back into that lunge, and then straighten out your right leg, lifting your toes, maybe your left heel comes onto the floor, and then come on back. Last one, can you hold it? Maybe you fold a little bit forward towards your front leg and breathe. For 3, for 2, finding that runner's lunge once more. Hands find the earth, step back into your plank. Maybe you lower down into your chaturanga. If not, you're in your downward facing dog. Some of you might be back bending. And then your downward facing dog. So those are all options. You can always take water if you want to, or a child's pose if you need to. Whatever feels good for you. But then when you're ready to, left leg reaches up towards the sky. You bend your knee and go ahead and send that foot forward in between your hands. Again, find that left hip back, the right hip forward. Find that strength in your right heel. When you're ready to, go ahead and lift your arms up and overhead, finding your high lunge. Take an inhale here. On your exhale, send your arms back behind you. Torso leans forward. Inhale it, back up. 2 more like that, exhale. Inhale it, back up. Last one, exhale, hold it here for a breath. And then can you allow your right hand to come onto the earth? Left arm reaches up towards the sky. Simple twist, breathe. For 3, for 2, looking down, left hands, left fingertips come onto the blocks or the floor. Take an inhale here. On your exhale, we're going to straighten out that left leg, right heel comes to the earth, lifting your left toes. Coming back to center. Exhale, lift your left toes, straightening out that left leg, right heel comes down. Come back to center. Last one like that. Coming back down to center. And then going ahead and planting your palms, stepping back into your downward facing dog or taking your vinyasa up to you. When you are ready to, can you bring your right leg up? Bend your knee and send it forward in between your hands. This time stepping your left foot over to the left a few inches and spinning your heel onto the ground. Back toes are looking at about 10 o'clock. Right knee is over top of your right ankle and your right hip comes back. When you're ready to, go ahead and bring your arms up towards the sky. Warrior 1. Take an inhale here. On your exhale, go ahead and interlace your hands behind your back and press your shoulder blades in together. Your hands go as far away from you as you can. Take an inhale. Exhale. Humble warrior. Let's come on down. Arms come up. Chest comes down, breathe. For 3. For 2. Can you release your hands onto the floor or onto your blocks as you straighten out your front leg? So your right hip automatically comes back. It's nice and even. Take an inhale here. Exhale, fold. Taking an inhale in your pyramid pose. And folding, maybe you can even walk your hands onto the floor or walk them back behind you. Take an inhale. Exhale, fold. Hold that, whatever your max is, for a count of 3. For a count of 2. And if your hands are behind you, go ahead and walk them back into center. Can you keep your left hand on the floor, on the block, or even to the outside part of your right shin? Come on up. Bring your right shoulder over top of your left. And inhale, right arm reaches up towards the sky, reverse triangle. Breathe into this. Inhaling and exhaling for 3. Inhaling and exhaling for 2. Inhaling. Exhaling to look down. Bend your front knee, kick out through your back heel. Taking your flow. We're coming in to your downward facing dog. Finding your breath here. But then again, when you're ready to, left leg lifts up. You send that foot forward, in between your hands, walking your right foot over to the right just a bit, spinning your heel onto the floor, toes looking about 2 o'clock. Left knee is over top of your left ankle as you find your warrior 1 pose here. So, finding stillness, finding kind of that comfortable warrior 1 pose, pressing into your back leg so much so that your back glute is engaged. And then interlacing your hands behind your back in a way that might feel a little bit awkward, so not the same way as you did before, squeezing your shoulder blades in together. When you're ready to, inhale, chest comes up. Exhale, find your humble warrior. So pressing into that back foot will make you feel less wobbly. If you feel wobbly, letting go of your head so that it's so nice and heavy will feel good. And we're just breathing here. 3. For 2. Releasing your hands onto the floor or onto your blocks. Straightening out your front leg if you can and immediately sending your left hip back. When you're ready to, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Maybe your hands walk behind you as you inhale, lengthen. And exhale to find your max, whatever that is, and breathing into it. For a count of 3. For a count of 2. Inhaling, finding your flat back. Right hand stays on the floor, comes onto a block, or reaches for the outside of your calf. As you bring your left shoulder over top of your right, and then bring your left arm up towards the sky in your revolved triangle. We're keeping both sides of our body nice and straight. We're not kind of dumping into anything, and we're breathing. For 2. And then go ahead and exhale, look down. Bend into your front knee, kick out from your heel. Taking your vinyasa or coming in to your downward facing dog. Taking an inhale here. And an exhale. And then bringing your right leg up towards the sky. Go ahead and bend into your knee and bring that foot forward in between your hands as we pivot our back foot so that it's parallel to the back of the mat. Right knee is over top of the right ankle. Let's open up. Find your warrior 2. So notice how your shoulders are right over top of your hips. Your arms are in one line and your gaze looks over your right fingertips. Press into that back foot as you bend into your front knee. And then maybe go ahead and find a side bend, reverse your warrior. Holding into this. Maybe you find a half bind with your left arm. Keeping that bend in your knee as you breathe. So kind of side bending more than your back bending. For 2. And then straighten out your front leg so we're in a reverse triangle. Open up your arms. Let's find our triangle. So reach your hips back. Reach your right arm forward. Keeping that length in your side body, dropping your hand to your shin, your foot, your thigh, your block, the floor, whatever feels good. Breathe. Inhaling and exhaling and inhaling and exhaling. Last one like that, inhaling and exhale. Go ahead and bend into that front knee. Bring your hands onto the floor, taking out through your heel as you take your flow. Or you come in to your downward facing dog. When you are ready to, bring your left leg up. Bend into your knee, sending it forward in between your hands. Pivoting that back foot so that it's parallel to the back of the earth as you open up into your warrior two. Find a breath here, so you're inhaling and exhaling. And then when you're ready to, go ahead and reverse that warrior. So you're not feeling this in your lower back, you're feeling this in your side body. Finding a reverse bind if that feels better for you. We're breathing for 3, 4, 2. We're straightening out that front leg, finding that reverse triangle, and then finding regular triangle. Arms reach out to the side as you reach forward with your left hand, reach back with your hips. Keep that integrity of your side bodies. Keep them nice and even. Find your triangle. So triangle, really, anywhere you have your hands on your legs, as long as you're keeping that length in your side bodies, that's triangle. So you're doing great. Breathe. Although I can't see you guys, so I don't really know, but you're breathing for 2. And then go ahead and look down. Bend your knees, kick out through your back heel. Take that vinyasa, or come in to your downward facing dog. So, grounding down into your fingers, finding that length. Can you inhale your, I'm going to come over to this side actually. Inhale your right leg up towards the sky. Bend your knee, and again, tap your knee to your right elbow. And then bring it up. And then tap your knee to your nose around your spine. Bring it up. Tap your knee over towards your left elbow. Hold here. So simply hold here if you want to. If you want to pivot onto the inside part of your left foot, go ahead and extend that right leg up to the side. Fallen triangle. Maybe you lift your left arm up towards the sky. Breathe. Hips stay high. For 3, 4, 2. And then go ahead and look down. Bring that left hand onto the floor. Find your 3-legged dog. If you want to go ahead and bend into the knee and open up your hip to the right, feel free. Stay here if you want to. If you want to go up to the outside part of your back leg, go ahead and do so. Releasing your hand up off the earth. Maybe you find a wild thing, keeping your hips high. Breathing. Inhaling and exhaling for 3, 4, 2. And then going ahead and looking down, bringing your right hand onto the earth. Maybe extending that leg out into a 3-legged dog. Maybe finding your 3-legged plank and your chaturanga, your 2-legged back bend, and your downward facing dog. Take an inhale and an exhale. And inhale, maybe you even exhale it out of your mouth. Ha. Inhale. Exhale it out of your mouth. Can you bring your left leg up towards the sky? Bend your knee and tap your left elbow. Inhale, bring it back up. Go ahead and tap your nose in the plank. And bring it back up. Last one, can you tap your right elbow? Maybe you stay here. Maybe you pivot onto the inside part of your right foot, and maybe you extend your left leg out to the side, finding your fallen triangle. Breathing here, hips stay high. 3, 4, 2. Look down. Right hand comes down. Let's bring that leg back up towards the sky. Right heel is back into that lungy position. Maybe you open up your hip to the left. Going ahead and maybe coming onto the outside part of your right foot and finding your wild thing. Left leg comes back behind you. Hips are high. Left arm reaches up and overhead. For 3. Holding here for 2. Looking down. Left hand finds the earth. Maybe you find a 3-legged dog. Maybe you stay in your downward facing dog. Or maybe you take whatever vinyasa works for you. Taking an inhale. And an exhale. Taking another inhale. Another exhale. Another inhale. And at the end of your next exhale, bend your knees. Look to your hands. Step, walk, or hop to a seat in front of you. Okay, so take a sip of water if you need to. We're going to find a seat here. And we are going to do more triangles. We've done a lot of triangles today. Let's do some more. So from here, let's extend our left foot in front of us, flexing from the heel. And let's bring our right knee in towards our chest. From here, if you can wrap your hands around your foot, go ahead. If not, we're wrapping our hands around any part of our leg that we can. And then maybe begin to kick into your hands. So straightening out that front leg. So again, wherever your hands might land is perfect. We're not going to round our spine so that, this doesn't actually feel really good. So making sure that your chest is nice and open here. If that's okay, maybe you lean back so much that your left foot comes up off the floor. What does that feel like? Breathe into it. For 3. Do you see how if my feet were on the floor, we'd kind of be in triangle? For 2. And then maybe you keep your right hand where it is. Maybe you open your left arm back behind you. Find this type of triangle, so a regular triangle. For 3. For 2. And then coming back to center, let's bring that left hand, you can bring your left foot down for a second. Bring that left hand outside of your foot, calf, thigh, whatever you want to. Go ahead and lean back with that right hand. Maybe go ahead and lift that left leg up off the floor, finding your reverse triangle. Inhaling and exhaling for 2 and 1. Go ahead and bring that left foot down. Bend into your right knee. Bend into your left knee. Hands come back behind you. Windshield wiper those legs from side to side. Can we do the same thing with the other side when you're ready? So we're extending our right leg out in front of us. And then we're bringing our left knee in towards our chest. Wrapping your hands around your foot, your left foot, if that feels okay. And then go ahead, if you can, and extend it. So again, whatever you are holding on to, that's awesome, wherever you can. And then lean back, just making sure that your chest is open. Lean back, lean back, lean back. Maybe your right leg hovers up off the mat. Breathe. For 2. So if my feet were on the floor, we'd be in a pyramid kind of pose. And 1. Go ahead and set your foot off onto the floor for a second as you reach your right hand back behind you. Again, maybe that right foot lifts, maybe it doesn't. That's okay. Breathe. For 2. Set that foot down as your right hand comes to the outside part of your left foot and your left arm reaches back. Maybe you lean back. What does it feel like to lift that foot up off the floor? Breathing. For 2. And 1. Come back to center. Foot comes onto the earth. Bend into your left knee. Bend into your right knee. And go ahead and windshield wiper that out from side to side. From here, let's keep our hands where they are. If you want a little bit of an angle in your wrists, go ahead and fold your mat over a little bit, just to create an angle, maybe a little bit of cushion. And walk your feet back so that they're kind of, if your legs were a triangle right now, it would be an equilateral triangle. Good. Squeeze your shoulder blades in, so open up your chest. And let's go ahead and find that reverse tabletop position. So squeeze your shoulder blades in together. Don't let your head fall, because this doesn't feel good. But maybe you give yourself a double chin, or you let your head fall back so it's in line with your spine. Breathe. For 3, 4, 2, and then slowly, slowly, slowly let your seat come back to the earth. Unroll your mat and shake out your wrists, shake out your body, shake out whatever you need to do. Let's straighten out our legs, kick out from your toes, and let's extend your arms out in front of you. From here, I can't see you, so let's come down slowly, do a slow roll down to whatever your max is. So figure out what it is for you and come down as slowly as you can. Maybe noticing those sticky parts in your body. What feels sticky for you? Besides all the humidity in my house. What part of your spine might feel sticky? So we're doing this with an open chest, an open mind maybe. And once you come down to the earth, place one hand onto your belly, one on your heart center, and just close your eyes for a moment. Can you find your breath? Slowing it down if it's coming really quickly, or evening it out if it's kind of jagged. Maybe even sigh it out. That feels so good. And breathing. After you've taken 3 to 5 really good breaths, go ahead and set your arms onto the floor. Wiggle your shoulder blades out so they're nice and flat on the mat. And let's go ahead and bend your knees. From here, let's come into a bridge pose. So when you're ready to, slowly peel your spine up off the earth. Feeling your knees pointing forward here and your shins kind of parallel to the wall in front of you. If this feels okay, go ahead and walk your shoulder blades in and interlace your hands behind your back. And if this is happening, allow your sternum, your breastbone, to look towards your chin. Can you find a little bit more length in your glutes? So lift in your glutes maybe. And breathe. For 3. Notice if your knees are splaying out, bring them back to that hip distance. For 2. And then go ahead and release your hands, coming down one spinal bone at a time. Once you're down, you can go ahead and windshield wiper your knees from side to side. Excuse me. Once that windshield wipering feels like it's done its job, kind of just releasing this area, come back to center. Lift your right leg up and cross your ankle at your heel. If that's okay for you, maybe you bring your left knee into your chest, wrapping your hands around your thigh. And then just play around a bit. What feels good here? Maybe take your right elbow and just kind of move your right knee down a little bit. If you feel like we didn't do any core today and that's kind of what your jam is, you can go ahead and let go of your left thigh and bring your arms kind of more than shoulder distance apart with your palms facing up. Lift your head and your shoulders up off the floor. And let's go ahead and pulse. Let's pulse for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it here. And then wrap your hands around your legs. Bring your shoulders and your head onto the floor. Release your left foot back onto the floor. And your right foot, and you can windshield wiper that out from side to side. And we'll do the same thing with the other side. So when you're ready to, your left leg can come up. Cross at the heel, at the ankle, Bring your right knee into your chest, wrapping your hand around your right thigh. Again, play it around. What feels good? You can extend your leg. You can keep it bent. You can bring it in a little bit more. You can keep it where it is. It's really up to you. But then again, if you did it on the other side, maybe you release that thigh and bring your arms to more than shoulder distance apart with your palms facing up. Lifting your head and your shoulders. Let's pulse it out here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Finding a hold here. Re-threading that needle, wrapping your hands around your thigh. Shoulders come onto the floor. Head comes onto the floor. Right foot comes back onto the floor. Left foot comes onto the floor. Windshield wipe, bring it out. And then bringing your arms up into a T or into a cactus position here. Keep your legs, your feet, as wide as your mat. And bring your knees over to the right. Allow your gaze to go over to the left. If you want to, you can lift your right leg and cross your ankle over your left thigh, maybe pulling that knee down a little bit more. If thoughts begin to enter your mind, ask them to come back in a couple of minutes. There's no need to control your breath anymore. This is just your time to do what you need to. Gaze comes back up to center. Uncrossing your legs, knees come back up to center. Let's go ahead and bring your knees over to the left. And your gaze over to the right. So this stretch might be enough for you, but if you want to go ahead and lift that left ankle and cross it over your right thigh, just to bring your right knee down a little bit more, make sure it doesn't hurt. So make sure it's not hurting anything, and it's just giving you a little bit of an added stretch here. On your next inhale, your gaze comes back up to center. Uncrossing your legs, your knees, your hips. Let's bring your feet in together now. And let's open up into a reclined butterfly position so your hands can stay in that T or that cactus. Can rest on your hips or on your belly and your heart. This is going to be our last posture before your final Shavasana. So if this isn't for you, go ahead and do what your body would like you to do. Just guide your knees together with your hands. And take whatever posture, whatever feels good for you. And if your body is ready for its final Shavasana, go ahead and find the shape that you can stay in for a few minutes. That will support you in your final Shavasana. There's no need to control your breath anymore. We're just allowing your body to sink into the floor underneath you, being held by the floor underneath of you. As you relax your body from the tips of your toes and bringing that relaxation all the way to the crown of your head. If you have the luxury of being able to stay here for a little bit longer, please stay here for as long as you need to. If you are ready to come out of your final Shavasana, start just by deepening your breath. waking your body up from the inside. After you've taken 3 to 5 big breaths, go ahead and wake your body up from the inside. Wiggle your toes, your fingers, your wrists, your ankles, and any other part of your body that feels like it needs to wiggle. When you're ready for your big movements and it feels like the right thing to do, go ahead and bring your arms up and overhead. Point your toes stretched like you would in the morning. And again, yawn if you need to, or wiggle your hips or anything that needs your wiggle. And then your knees can come back into your chest and you can rock over to any side in the fetal position. Just staying here for as long as you need to. When you're ready to find your seat, go ahead and use your hands to press yourself up into a seated position. Try to keep your eyes closed if you can, or heavy, looking down towards the mat. Keep your focus inward for just a few more moments. Maybe you come back to that intention that you set in the beginning of your practice. Did you forget about it? And maybe repeating it back to yourself in your head 3 more times, just to bring it back to the forefront. And if you'd like to take it with you for your day, your night, your weekend, maybe you bring one palm onto your heart center and the other one on top, holding it close to your heart. When you're ready to, flip your palms. Bring them into prayer into your heart center, tilt your chin. Take a second here to thank yourself for joining me on this Instagram Live. Bow down a little bit deeper and thank your body for all of the hard work that it just did today. And thank your virtual yogis for joining you in your practice. I thank you guys so much for letting me lead you through your practice today. Namaste. Well, I can't see you guys, but I heard that I can read any comments. So if you guys have any comments or questions, you can find me on Instagram here at Mindful Body Works, or you can follow me at Kim Shoyama. That's KIMSHOYAMA, and I'd love to hear from you. If you guys have any comments or questions, again, or suggestions for next week, thanks Janice, let me know. I'm always happy to hear any suggestions that you might have. And I hope you have a really awesome rest of your night and a great weekend. Thank you.